Your ultimate freedom as a pilot comes with flying cross countries. You can go places that would take forever to get to by car and see natural beauty from a perspective you would never equal, even if you could reach it by land. But that freedom brings the possibility of having to deal with an emergency landing far from civilization. Now, as we've discussed earlier, you can minimize that possibility to a great extent by choosing routes near well-traveled highways and inhabited areas. But there are times when that isn't practical, or there's a remote area that you specifically want to see. Now, as you know, if you have to make an emergency landing in such a place, you have several systems designed to limit how much time you'll spend on the ground before help arrives. Your ELT, your activated flight plan, your emergency radio call, and your 7700 squawk are all ways to tell someone that you need help. Although the chances of spending time on the ground from an emergency landing are very low, it's a good idea to be prepared for that possibility on every cross country. And start your planning for that situation by basically looking at where you're flying. If your route is over a large body of water beyond gliding distance of the shore, adequate flotation equipment is a must, including a raft. And over land, you should have clothing appropriate for the environment of your route, not just your departure and destination. Short sleeves and sandals don't hack it in the mountains, like in this glacial area you see here, or even in some deserts where temperatures can drop well below freezing. And for the other extreme, like Death Valley, sun protection and water are essentials in hot desert areas. But what else would be helpful if you have to spend some unplanned time on the ground in the boondocks? Well, to some, the inventory of a camping equipment store might sound inviting, but as you know, you do have a space and weight limitation, so you have to be selective. Many pilots carry a basic kit filled with things that have universal use and then add to it to fit the situation. So what kinds of things might be good to have in your basic survival gear? Well, first and foremost, you want to carry water. A quart per person will taste mighty good on a summer day anywhere. And if you're flying over a desert in the summer, you should consider several times that amount. Here are some items to think about for a kit. A knife. A first aid kit, in case you cut yourself with the knife. A space blanket, good for holding in body heat in cold temperatures or reflecting the sun rays when it's hot. Matches in a waterproof container. Candles or a solid cooking fuel. A watertight container. If metal, it can be used to heat liquids. A signaling device. A mirror works very well. Large plastic bags. Now, they can be used for rain protection or to help hold in body heat. And durable tape. That can come in very handy. Now, there are several commercial concerns that have assembled their version of a survival kit. Ask your instructor if he or she has any recommendations. Beyond the basic kit, you might consider the following. A flashlight. This is probably already a part of your flight kit. A handheld radio. Now, many pilots have added an aviation band transceiver to their flight kit as a backup for their airplane's radios. A handheld could be invaluable in a survival situation for guiding help to your location. Food. High energy bars or dried fruit, you don't need much. Your survival gear should focus on the immediate needs of the situation. Caring for injuries. Keeping from getting too cold or hypothermia. Or keeping from getting too hot or hyperthermia. And of course, having enough water. If after you get your license, you're planning a cross-country over unfamiliar territory, you might ask for recommendations from experienced local pilots in that area. Some individuals are very comfortable in an outdoor situation, and there are others, like myself, who only want to be where a credit card satisfies all our needs. Now, if you're a pilot flying over the many remote, beautiful areas available, you should consider taking along more than your cards.